Okay, in the last class, we are started the sequence data type in Python. Okay, what in sequence, what we are going to do? Actually, in sequence we have different data types, or you can say these are the just like collections in like in Java. Okay, see we have different sequence data types here. One is string, okay, a list, tuple, okay, a dictionary, and one more set. Okay, these are the sequence data types that are present in Python. Okay, strings we are already seen this, right? Okay, or list also we started. Okay, just remember all are similar. Okay, all are used to represent some group of elements. Okay, see for strings we use double quote or single quote, right? Either double quote or single quote you can go for. Okay, for list we use this square bracket. Okay, just remember these brackets based on we are while declaring any string or list or tuple, we will not mention any type there. Okay, simply we will assign some elements to that uh, like list or any tuple. Internally it will treat it as a based on these brackets only. Okay, for tuple we use this parenthesis. Okay, for dictionary, for set also we use, for set we use this curly braces. Okay, for dictionary also we use this curly braces, but inside we have key value pairs. Okay, for each key we will give one value. Okay, these brackets you need to remember. Okay, for strings we use either double quote or single quote. Okay, for list we use this square brackets. For tuple we use this parenthesis. Okay, for set these curly braces. For dictionaries also we use this curly braces, but inside we use these key value pairs. Okay, see coming to list is similar to array only, but it can store multiple type of data. Okay, see coming to array can store in some other language, array can store some similar data type data, right? For example, if it is integer array, you can store integer type data only. Okay, but here list is similar to array only, but it can store some different type of data. Okay, either inside that list you can give some string, some integer values, some float values, like that you can give. Okay, for list we use this bracket. Okay, just remember this one. Okay, how you can create a list? Just like list variable. Okay, see, just see here I'm going to create one list of a student. Okay, see here this is a student is a list. Okay, I use the square bracket. Okay, inside I assign some elements. All the elements will store within this list. Okay, uh, in this way you can create one list. Okay, if you observe here, within this list you have one number. Okay, you have one string. Okay, some integer values. Okay, like this you can create multiple that list consists of multiple type of data. Okay, you can create empty list also. Okay, like this, some list name equals to square bracket. Okay, just if you see here, some L1 equals to, or just like student equals to, just use this square bracket. If you are using square bracket means that internally this Python will treat it as a list. Okay, you can give some integer value, or else you can give some name. Okay, you can give some float type value also. Okay, means that list can store different type of data. Okay, if you use if you print this student, okay, you can see this is like showing as the elements which are present in that list. Okay, see internally whether it is treating list or not. Okay, how you can check the type of data in Python? See, in the previous we have seen that I have assigned one variable, some a equals to 20. Okay, I want to see the type of variable a. How you can, we have one function, by using that you can get the type of that data. Are you remembered? See, if I give a equals to 20, okay, see, I want to see which type of data this a is storing. I want to check that one. How you can? Are you got my point? I want to see this variable a storing some data, right? But I have assigned some value, integer value only, but internally how it will take, I want to check whether it is taking it as integer or not. We have type function, is it
Type
right?
of
Type,
a
type of a means it will give which type of data it is storing. Okay. In the same way, you can check type of that student. Okay, type of student means it will return, you can see that internally it is treating as list. Okay, because if you are using the square bracket means internally it will treat it as a list. Suppose that you can create empty list also. Okay, some L2 equals to, simply I am giving the square bracket. Okay, if you see like type of that L2, okay, type of that L2 it will return list only. Okay, see, this is the empty list, right? Okay, L2 equals, simply I will use the square bracket means that internally it will treat it as a empty list. Okay, see, by using like list function also. Okay, here I will take L3 equals to, list is a function, built-in function. By using this list function also you can create some or list here, empty list like this. Okay, if I use type of L3, it is also will return list only. Okay, you can create list directly, you can assign like elements like this. Okay, like by using square bracket, within that square bracket if you giving the elements, okay, internally it will treat as a list and it will stores into this list variable. Okay, see, this is about to creating empty list. Okay, by using a simple square bracket, empty square bracket, it will internally treat as a empty list. Okay, by using list function also you can create empty list, or else suppose L4, okay, just equals to list of, you can here by using range function also you can create a list. Some here I am starting 1 to some 20. Okay, see, observe now, I am going to print this L4. Okay, see, this list function, by using list function also you can create list of uh, elements here. Okay, but inside this list function I have range function. Okay, we have seen this range function, right? It will start from this the number you have mentioned here to number minus 1. Okay, you can, if you observe here, it is ended at 19 only. Okay, this number minus 1. Okay, here you can take one third element also, third parameter also. That parameter will tell increment value. Okay, see, this range function, if I pass 1, it starts from 1, it has to end at 20. I need to increment like 2 every time. Okay, if you observe, every time it is incrementing 2. Like that you can go for range function. Okay, see, this is the list, right? L1 or some, suppose this anything, any one list. Okay, I want to retrieve elements from that list. How you can? Okay, to retrieve the elements from the list you can go for loop. Okay, for, can anyone tell me the syntax for loop in Python? For variable. Okay, in here you can give the sequence, any sequence you can give. Okay, either you can give list, a tuple, a dictionary, a range function. Okay, here I'm going to use range. Okay, range of starts from 1. Okay, uh, or else in our, suppose if you take the student list, we have 3 elements, right? Directly you can take 3 here. Okay, let's see. I'm going to print. Actually here you need to take that list. Okay, we are going to iterate the list of elements, right, for variable in, from where you are going to retrieve the elements. That list you need to mention. Okay, here you can take sequence, right? In sequence we have different types: list, tuple, dictionary, set. Okay, that list you need to mention here. Okay, student. Okay, in from student I am just to accessing the elements by using this variable. Okay, just print var here. Okay, now you can see 12 is printed. Okay, like name is printed, 10.5 is printed. Okay, are you got this point? Just I am trying to retrieve the elements from the this list. Okay, here you can take any sequence. Okay, here just I have taken list as my sequence. Okay, see, suppose in L4 we have these many elements, right? Okay, suppose if I retrieve elements from the L4 for some I in L4, L4 also list, right? From list L4 list I am going to retrieve the elements. Okay, just to print I here. Okay, what is the output we will get here? Can anyone tell? Five 38. Who is 538? Vikas or something, I think, right? 538 option today. Ramya, you tell me. Are you got my point? Just I'm trying to retrieve the elements from the L4. Just see, in L4 I have these many elements.
So whole up to 14 elements we will get, sir. I mean, no.
Not 14, this one. This is L4.
All L4
19,
elements.
sir. 1 to 19, sir.
1 to 19 all elements we will get, sir.
We will get in this format or one by one?
In same format it seems, sir.
Now, how you got the elements here? From student list, in student we have these many elements. Okay, from the student list I retrieved the elements by using for loop. I received like this. I'm expecting 1, 2 in a single line. I think so. Okay, let's see. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I understand now.
See, if you want to see elements side by side, okay, just use comma there. Okay, here I'm going to take the same, just use comma here. Okay, just use comma here. Now you can observe the output. Okay, you got the difference, right? See, if I'm not use this comma here, it is printed line by line. Okay, if I use this comma, it is not list, just I'm retrieving the elements from the list. These are the elements, okay, retrieved from the list L4. Okay, this is about how you can retrieve the elements from the list. Okay, like you can retrieve the elements by using index value also. We have seen this in the last class, right? We can go with the positive indexing or negative indexing. Internally, list elements are stored based on the index value only, just like arrays only. But here we have one more advantage. you can access the elements by using negative index also. Okay, in student, index starts from 0, okay, 1 2 3 up to that number minus 1. Okay, see, you can retrieve elements from the negative index also. Negative index starts from -1 to that number. Okay, it starts from -1. That you need to remember. Suppose if I try to retrieve, already we have seen that, right, in the last class. Suppose like from L4 of, okay, are you able to see that one? I think it is now. Okay, here you can observe L4 of L4 of, if I use 1 here, okay, it starts from 0, right? I will get, I think, 2 here. Okay, you can see 2 you got. Okay, suppose that L4 of -1. Okay, what is the value we will get now? Negative indexing I'm using. L4 of, this is the list, I think. Okay, what is the value we will get here?
Sir.
19 we will get, because negative index starts from here, -1, -2, -3, like that. Okay, that you need to remember. Okay, you can retrieve either by using positive index or negative index. Okay, see, like this is the slicing operator. Okay, while discussing about the strings, we use these operators, right? Okay, if I use 0 means 0th element is going to retrieve. Okay, I think here not, we don't, I think here Mohiti is not the Mohiti here. Student of 0 means 5 5 6 here we will get. Okay, 0 to 2 means it starts from 0, it ends this number -1. Okay, I'm trying to retrieve the elements from the list by using slicing operator also. Okay, starts from 0, it ends at number -1. Here 2 means up to index 1 you will get. Okay, this is the list. Okay, okay, this is the list. From this list, it starts from 0, this number -1. Number -1 means 0 1 index position. Okay, you can see here 0, 0th position is this one. This one is index position 1. Okay, like that. See, if I use 2 colon means, okay, you will get the remaining elements. It starts from the 2 index position 2 and remaining elements present in that list, like this you will get. Okay, if I use colon 3 means, okay, it will end at this number -1. Okay, means it will end at index position 2. It will start from the 0 and end at this number -1. Okay, here you can see you received 0th element, index 1, index 2. Okay, this means if you use just simply slicing means all the elements are going, you will get here. Okay, -1 means last element you will receive. Okay, like this also you can mention. Okay, this is about how you are going to retrieve the elements from the list. Okay, this is the range function we have already seen. Okay, then this thing also we have seen just now, we have seen, right? Creating list by using range function. Okay, within the list we use this range function. We just given a list of elements. Okay, by using for loop we just retrieve the elements. Okay, this is the list. Okay, if you use the for loop, all the elements are retrieved from this list. Okay, here you can see output. Okay, just now we have seen, right, by using for loop we just iterated the elements from that list. Okay, then actually this list is immutable. Okay, immutable means you can change the values which are present in the list. immutable means you can update the element from the you can update the elements within the list, and you can delete the elements from the list. Okay, you can insert some extra elements, some other elements within the list also, because you can say list is immutable, sorry, mutable. Okay, strings are immutable, right? Strings are immutable. Once you declare any string, you cannot insert some characters within that string. Okay, because strings are immutable. In the same way, tuple are also immutable, that we will see later. Okay, here just remember, string is immutable. Here list is mutable. Okay, you can do all the updations here. You can update, you can delete, you can insert. Okay, all the operations you can do on lists. Okay, this is the simple we have seen just now. Okay, retrieving the elements from the list. Okay, see, we have one function. Okay, del. Okay, by using del you can delete some elements within this like list. Okay, we'll see one example. We will update some elements. Okay, let's see. Better I will take new one. See, if you are perfect in list, then next remaining things or tuple, set and dictionary are very easy, similar to list only. Okay, suppose here I am going to take one list L1, some 12, 33, 333. Okay, 44. Okay, 23. These are the elements which are present in this list L1. Okay, I can add some element within this list also. Okay, see how you can. Suppose this is the index 0, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, index position 5, 4 only. Okay, index position 5, I'm going to assign some 55. Okay, like this you can add some elements into this list, but here it is giving index out of range. Okay, see, to insert element we have some functions are there. We'll see those functions here. 0, 1, 2, 3. You can update some element. Okay, suppose some L1 of like 1 means index position 1, you can change that value to 22. Okay, I think it will work. Okay, now if you see L1, in place of 333 it is updated 22. Okay, you can delete one element also, del. Okay, by using del is a keyword. So del like L1 of I'm going to delete element from index 3 2 means your index 2 means this 44 I am expecting to delete that element. Okay, see, if I see L1, now you can see this element 44 is deleted from that list. Okay, like this you can do many operations. Okay, concatenation of two lists. Okay, concatenating means you are just joining two lists. You can see here I have one list A and list B. Okay, just use plus is the concatenation operator. Just use this operator. Both are like just they are both the lists are joined together. Okay, repetition of two lists. Okay, this is very important. Okay, if you see here I have the list, right? I have the list present in L1. I think these elements are there. Okay, if I use L1 like star 2. Okay, L1 star 2 means this is the repetition operator. Okay, star. Okay, if I mention 2 here, whatever the elements which are present within this list, those elements are uh, repeated 2 times. If I mention 2 means it will repeat 2 times. So you can see like 12, 22, 20, 23. Okay, again it is repeated one more time. Okay, like this you can use this repetition operator. Okay, star operator, by using star operator you can mention how many number of times you want to repeat the elements. Okay, that you can mention here. This membership in list membership operators we are just using while discussing about the operators. We have seen this operate this thing, right? Okay, if you want to check whether one element is present within that list or not, we use this membership operator. What are the membership operators we have? One is in, one more is not in. Okay, these two are the membership operator. While discussing about the operators we have seen these two, right? One is in, one is not in. Suppose to check whether the element is present within that list or not, we'll use that membership operators. Okay, suppose if I take L1 here, these three elements are present. Okay, see L1, oh sorry, you can say 20 in L1. Okay, 20 in L1, just I'm using this membership operator here. Okay, this element 20 I'm checking, 20 is present in this L1. Okay, you got false, right? Because this 20 is not available within this list L1. Okay, to check whether the element is present within that list or not, we use this membership operator. Suppose I'm saying 20 not in L1. What is the output you will see here? I'm checking that 20 is not in L1. That condition is true, right? I think I will
Yes,
get true.
sir.
Okay, you will see true here. Okay, see, suppose 12 in L1. Now
Sir.
you will see true here. Okay, to check whether the element is present within the list or not, you can go for this membership operators. Okay, see, then aliasing list. Okay, aliasing list means, okay, giving a new name to the like already existing list. Okay, see, one person is there having one name A. Okay, see, he may have some other name also, alias name, some Chintu, Motu, like that. Okay, see, already we have one object, or else you can say that one list X is there. Okay, you are going to alias that list to some other name. Okay, both are point to the same list. Okay, both are point to the same list. Once you change any element within this list, it will affect. For example, I am considering like better we will go with this. Okay, L1 only. L1 we have 12, oh sorry, 12, 22, 23, right? Okay, I'm going to alias L1. Okay, how you can L1 equals to L2. What happened? 12 I given. L1 equals to L2. L2 is present here. Well, some x equals to 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, x equals to y. Sorry, y equals to x we need to be. Okay, see, like already actually we don't have y here, right? Just I'm assigning y equals to x. That is wrong. Okay, we need to assign some y other element, aliasing name, right? But this name I'm just assigning to x. Okay, now if you see x here, we got the elements. If you see y, you got the same elements. Okay, both are pointing to the same list. Okay, if I update some elements within this x, so suppose x of some 2 equals to 55 I'm giving. Okay, see, if I see x now, you will see in place of index 2 that 55 is updated. If I see same y, you will see same y also updated, right? Okay, because both are pointing to the same list. Okay, if you see here, uh, both are pointing to the same list, right? If I update any one, either x or y, it will affect for both. Okay, this should be, you need to remember. Okay, just simple we are giving some alias name to the list. Okay, then here, this is the thing we have seen here. Next, cloning of list. Okay, I think this topic you guys you see in some, in zoology, some other subject. Cloning of objects. Cloning means, for example, here you have one object. Okay, you are going to clone the same object. Okay, see, by using this object you are going to clone another object. Okay, these two are different objects now. Okay, this is one object and this is one object. If I did some modifications on this object, it won't affect on this object. Okay, both are different objects, just I have cloned that object. Okay, suppose you have one list L1 having some like having some elements. Okay, just you are going to clone that list. Okay, you will get some other object like this. Okay, if you did some modification on L1, it won't affect on L2. Okay, that is cloning. Aliasing is different, cloning is different. Aliasing means you are just giving some alias name to the same list. Okay, if you did any modifications, it will affect for the both the like list. Okay, see here you can see this is the x having 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, y having 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, if you did any modifications on this x, it won't affect on this y, because these two are two different objects. Cloning means different objects, aliasing means same object. That you should remember. Okay, just we'll try this one. Okay, we have x and y is there, right? Okay, suppose x equals, just I'm checking what are the elements present in n. Okay, 20, 21, 55, 23 is there. Okay, I'm going to alias some z equals to, I'm just cloning this, not aliasing, cloning. Okay, if you see z, same elements are there. Okay, suppose I'm going to change values which are present index position 1, list x is there, right? I'm going to change one value in x. Okay, x of 1 means 21. Okay, I'm just changing that to like 44. Okay, see, observe here. Okay, this is the x. Okay, this is the x, right? Okay, just I'm like cloning that object. Okay, see, this one is the x. Okay, this object I am cloning. Okay, see how you will clone. Z equals to, just use the slice operator, simply it will clone one object is there, will clone another object. This is the x, now this one is the z. Okay, if I change any elements within this x, it won't affect on this z. Okay, see here just I have updated x1, right? Now if you see x, okay, this object is updated. If I see Z now, same elements are present. In the previous case, if you are aliasing me, it is affected to the alias other list also, right? But here, if you clone that object, it won't affect on another object. Okay, just remember that point. This is about cloning of list. Okay, then we have different built-in functions in list. You can use these functions also to do some operations. Okay, you see here, uh, list dot index is a function here. Okay, just you are passing like x here. Okay, what it will do, returns the first occurrence of x in the list. Okay, x is one element which is present in this list. Suppose if I see here, like z is one list, right? Z having 20, 21, 25, sorry, 55, 23. Okay, list may have duplicate values also. Okay, suppose z of like I will give 1 equals to 55. Okay, if I see z here, you can see duplicate values also there, right? See, for example, if I use z dot index of, okay, 55. Okay, it will return the index position. Okay, but it will return the first occurrence. Okay, you can see here 1. Okay, index position 1 is there, right? Okay, that index value it will return. Okay, first occurrence of that element. Okay, in the same way we have different functions. Append. Okay, append means to add one element. Okay, it will add the element at end. Okay, previously we got the error, right? You are trying to assign by using some out of bound index. Okay, you got the error there. Okay, but here by using append function you can add one element at end. Okay, and also in between also you can add some elements by using insert. Okay, you can give the index value then element. See, present in z you have these elements, right? Okay, I'm going to append z dot. Okay, if you use control space you will see some functions. Okay, here these are the functions, right? All the functions, if you not remember these functions, okay, in this like interpreter, okay, use control space. Okay, you will see all the functions. If I use append, sorry, z dot append, z dot append of element, what this it will do, it will add at end. Okay, you can see 20 is added at end of the list. Okay, the same way z dot insert, you can insert some in between the list also by using index value. Okay, index position 2, I'm going to add some other element, that is 100 I'm just adding. Okay, you can see z now index position 2 you got the element. Okay, but you are not losing any element here. Okay, in between this to 55 and 55 this 100 is added. Okay, like that you can insert some element in between the list. Okay, the same way list dot copy. Okay, you can copy all the elements into another list also. Okay, extend, what this will do, appends list 2 to list. Appending, just it will do, just appends the just add combines the two lists, just like concatenation only. Okay, count. Okay, this count, what this count will do, it will return the number of occurrences of a list. You can use this count in string also. I think Kranti, you asked this doubt, right? How it will return like that integer value. Okay, suppose if you see here, if I use this count function here, okay, this is the list, right? Z is the list, right? Z dot count of, okay, or like substring you need to give. For example, if I give 55 here, okay, if it is string, if it is a string, you need to give substring. Here it is the elements, right? Okay, you can see here it is giving two times it is occur, right? 55 one time, 55 one time. Okay, like this it will give. If it is a string, you need to give that substring here. Okay, it will take actually three parameters. Other two are the optional. Okay, you can give starting position and ending position also. For example, here I can take it has to start 0 and it will end at 3. What is the output I will get? Actually it will start here beginning and this is the ending. Okay, now I will get only one as the output. Sorry, it is not taking one argument only. Actually in string case it will take, okay, in this list case it is not taking, it will take only one parameter. Okay, it is giving a number of occurrences. Okay, or like a remove element. Okay, see, this is the element, right? If you want to remove one element from the list, you can just use this remove element. Okay, pop also you can use. Okay, this pop, what this pop will do, it will remove the last element from the list. Okay, you can sort your list also. Okay, you can sort your list. Okay, you can reverse your list. Okay, you can clear the element, all the elements. Okay, maximum of that list, minimum of list. Okay, this is about the list concept. Okay, just remember all these functions. Okay, while like executing some operations here, just use z dot control space. Okay, you can see all this. Okay, for example, if I use this sort, okay, sort function, now you can see z, all elements are sorted now. Okay, 20, 20, 23, 55, it is like this. Okay, suppose z dot min, or else what is the syntax here? Min of list, right? Okay, just use or else max, max of this is, these are the functions, built-in functions. Max of list is z, right? Okay, then you will get 100 maximum value from that list you will get. Okay, like this you can execute all the operations. Okay, Ramya, can you take one screenshot?
I took, sir.
Okay, how many are present in the first hour? Now only 26 are present.
First hour it was 32 like that, sir. And for your hour up to 11:15 like that, it was 34. Now it was changed to 26, sir.
What happens now? Why they are removing?
In that they have some network issues like that, sir.
Okay. Anyway, just go through this list thoroughly. Then the next class we will see like tuple, okay, set and dictionary. Okay.